Hi, my name is Peter and I've been doing self-publishing for nearly 10 years now. I've seen the ups and the downs in the markets. I've seen people come and go and also how strategies change more and more over time. Especially over the last 6 months, things are moving faster than ever before. I will discuss some of these changes more in detail in the middle of the video. First, I need to talk to you about an extremely important topic and the main topic of this video. The more success you have, the bigger the risks are and the bigger the risks should be. Many publishers, especially those who've been in the market for 2-3 years or even longer, are currently playing games far too safely. And that will not only hinder their growth, but potentially cost them a big part of what they built up so far. The few publishers who are taking strategically smart risks now will gradually dominate niches over the next 6 to 12 months. What I say in this video is not for beginners, but for those who already have 20, 30, or even a few hundred books. If you've been investing the same amount per book for years, or you have some books that go under 4.4 stars or below in rating over time, then you'll want to listen to this. High quality products have never been as affordable as they are now. Books that would have cost $10,000 2 years ago can now be produced for $2,000 to $3,000. But the problem is that $2,000 to $3,000 is too much in the eyes of many publishers. They would rather spend under $1,000 per book, but don't understand that if they spend twice as much, they could make 5 to 10 times much per book over the long run. Yes, there is an approach where you publish a lot of books and make an average of $50 to $100 per book. AI and other market changes have made high content increasingly attractive. While many lower content KDP books often perform well for 6 to 12 months and are then overtaken by the competition, high content books still have a chance to sell profitably for 5 to 10 years. Of course, I'm speaking in general here. You will find low content books selling extremely well for years, as well as high content books not selling well at all. But I think this is a useful way of looking at this. And even if you only do low content and plan to continue with it, applying the mindset shift that we will discuss can put you ahead of the rest. Most people, however, don't understand what high content really means. Many make cheap high content books in order to create a book for under $1,000. At the same time, there are people in the German market, for example, who spend over $1,000 just to format a book. As Andre told me in a conversation with him, in Germany, it's much more normal to spend $5,000 or sometimes more for one single book. Yes, it is risky, but if 8 out of these 10 books reach the top 5,000 in BSR in .de, then it's still worth it. The difference in the quality of successful KDP books in the German market, so DE, compared to the US are significant. If we adopt even an ounce of their mentality and are a little bit prepared to take more risks, we can increase our income potential enormously. Andre told me about a German publisher in the nonfiction sector who made more than $100,000 a month with less than 20 books. That is extremely rare, and right now I can't recall an international example like that, other than one guy in our free Skool community who posted similar numbers for his fiction brand. Another thing that they do differently in the German market is how they approach reviews. In the international market, people are relying on review sites. In the German market, however, these sites don't exist, at least not last I heard, which is why their books typically need a lot fewer reviews to sell well. But also the quality of the reviews they get for these books are on a different level, as they come from the exact people who would buy and read that book. I discussed in a previous video about how the quantity of reviews impact the click-through rate, while the quality of reviews impact the conversion rate. To get these reviews from real readers, German publishers typically have a marketing budget of 3 to 4x as much as international publishers. An additional benefit of the way German publishers obtain the reviews is that they also receive image and video reviews for their books. Let's now talk about a common trap publishers are currently falling into with all the AI hype that is going on. A lot of publishers right now only see one side of AI. They only see how it will help them to produce things faster, at a lower cost, while completely missing the fact that they can also use AI to enhance the content, not only directly, but also indirectly. A freelancer using AI can create great books way faster. The time they save can then be spent on making the book better instead of delivering faster. This small shift in thinking is what can allow you to create books that will dominate the market for the next couple of years. So while the majority of publishers focus on producing and pumping out books quickly, you take the opposite approach. You slow down, you fill the gaps of the books that were rushed, and only when you know you have a superior product do you release it, being confident that as long as you get enough people to consume your books through effective marketing, you will win over the long run because of positive word of mouth and an evergreen upward spiral of positive reviews and more sales. Another indirect mindset shift is to use the money saving that AI creates to invest in building a superior team. While you could only afford C players before, you can now finally afford to get an A player on board who can not only work within your framework, but also help to improve the framework by offering their own ideas and how to make things better. If people are as invested in your project as you are, it will completely change the business. Imagine combining several high performers, all with unique skill sets and experiences, with the tools and knowledge we have access to today. That is how you lay the foundation for something great. If you like this video, then you might also like this video showing up on the screen now, where I talk to more advanced publishers about the fact that 30K a month on KDP is not hard.